Hey guys, doing some more 8-rack vids. That's pretty good hand. I don't have any targeted discard, but I do have some lock pieces, and redundant lock pieces, I should say. Okay, so I'll put this out in the rack. Kind of gives away, I'm telegraphing what I'm playing by putting the rack out, but I have the free mana to do so, and next turn I'll swing with the Mutavault likely. Um, and we'll see. What? Maybe he's playing a dredge. I never see 8-rack online. Never. Swing or Raven's Crime? I'm going to swing. So if he thought seizes me here, he'll get the Lily or the Necrogen. I'm surprised. I am very, very surprised. I don't see a Raven's Crime an 8-rack very often. So this will kind of be like the fight to see who gets more discard spells. That's flattering, actually. It's mono black too. Get rid of that. He dumps this Pox. Oh wow. Okay. So I'll start taking 3, but he'll be taking 5. Doesn't help me. Might as well just leave it in my hand. Delirium Skeins. I've not seen. I saw someone recommend it a while back. That's kind of interesting, actually. It empties their hand, that's for sure. The Dakmor salvage. I wonder if I should just well, let's see what happens here. Just gonna let it ride like this. Okay, I don't care about that. That's nothing to me. He'll have to sacrifice that anyway. Alright, so here I'll go sack. Oh, he rage quit. Come on, I wanted to talk to him. Kanji. Let me talk to him real quick. I'll be right back. Well, I tried to talk with him. I was just asking him if he had read the primer, if he came up with it on his own. Thought maybe he had new ideas if he had come up with it on his own or something, and he blocked me. So I guess he was a little pissed. So I'm going to put this one up under the rage quit section because this guy was actually mad. So Anyways, I'll show the deck real quick. Um, Maybe let's look at that card. Let's take a look at that one card that he uses called Delirium Skeins. I'm spelling it wrong. There it is. Oh, I own two of them. Each player discards 3 cards. I guess it's kind of like one of those all or nothing type spells. Like it's either gonna, you know, break the game wide open for you, or you can't. It's dead in your hand. Like I mean, if you've got a rack in play, um, in the first 2 turns, it's great. I would be like concerned casting something like this on a turn 3 because I've got the Lily and this that potentially are waiting to be played, and you would play that after you get all that out, and by then I don't know how much good it's going to do you, but that's a great top deck on the other hand, which this deck has historically had problems with, is when you get into top deck mode and you don't have a Raven's Crime in the graveyard, or you don't have your lock in place or something like that, and you're just straight top decking for an answer to something, then you can have some problems. So, that's a great top deck, but I don't know what it goes in place of. I just, since putting these Death Rites in, I don't want to play without them anymore. My original list, like if you have been following my primer, I've had them in and out since before I even made this primer. But I think in a tuned, I've never had my list as quite tuned and tight as it is now. And with it tuned and tight, with the Death Rite in, it's just a straight up win con. So, I want to keep those around. I don't really have too much room for the old Delirium Skeins. But it is interesting. He played it to good effect, I think, that last hand, but I was just ahead of him. The Mutavault, the Mutavault did the whole thing because I was able to get ahead of him. It was even, everything was even except for this. So, although I did have the Lily advantage, he might not be able to afford lilies or something like that, which is perfectly fine. If you can't afford them, use the Necrogens. And I mean, they're not as good. You might need to devote more deck space to removal without having the Liliana option. But if they don't cost $40 either. So there you have it. And the other thing is they stack on top of each other, which is one thing that Liliana doesn't do. Even with the new legendary rule greatly improving her performance, she doesn't stack on top of herself. So anyway, so there's my vid and my commentary. Let me know what you think. Later, guys.